This is Liz. Welcome to my little urban homestead. This is a bag of my scrap bits. Whether they be clothes, they're ripped and I can't really repair them, or bits from where things I've made, like the bits from the hexagon sofa throw, and I'm just going to find out some pieces. See what I've got and the size they are. I'll look through, get some fabric and show you what I'm doing next. These are the net bags that are on unwaxed lemons. These 3 yellow ones. This is a net bag that had some onions in from the supermarket, so this is what I'm using now. You just cut the ends up, scrap fabric, scrap batting. If you haven't got any batting, you could use if you haven't got any scrap fabric, you could use an old t-shirt or dress or whatever old that you don't wear, doesn't fit you, whatever, and then cut that up and use a few layers on the inside instead of the batting. Or if you've got an old pillow, you could use the insert and the stuffing to stuff these with. But since I've got a load of batting, wadding, I'll be doing these. So I've pulled out different scraps. I'm going to do some as a trial. These pieces are roughly 6.5 inches by 4.5. It doesn't have to be an exact. If it's too large for you, make it smaller. If it's not large enough, make it bigger. So that's what you do. But I've done a few of these now and I prefer this size. So I'm going to do a skull one, and I want something over it. I'm going to do 2 with, not with the net bags. I'm going to use this hessian I've got because that's rough. So I'm going to do 2 of that. I've got 3 of the skull motif. So 1, 2, 3 net bags. And I've got some of this like lacy fabric. I don't know how it's going to be, but it seems a little bit rough, so it might do alright. So I'm just going to do a load of them now. And now I need to sew these. I need to sew these nets to the fabric, but at the same time I'll sew the batting wadding to it. So this is my spare piece of wadding, so I'm going to cut it all up because I've found that it's actually better if you have the net side next to your feed dogs, because if you have it at the top, the net keeps catching in your foot of your sewing machine. If you're doing it by hand, it doesn't matter. Scraps into smaller scraps because I'll save them. I've sewn squares, well, rectangles, whatever, to the hessian, just to hold it, and I've sewn these nets that hold pretty veg that you get from the supermarket. Should have run a stitch down there. Never mind, it'll catch in it. And also I'm trying this lace. So I've got them all laid out here. I'll show you the ones with the netting on. This skull and crossbones. I've cut out another piece of the wadding batting, same size, put it just there on your counter. Piece that you've stitched the netting to on top of it, and then your backing bit is right sides together at the top, and then sew round it and leave a space, as I have done in this one, but I put it the wrong way round, so yeah, the netting's on the inside. That's what I did. Funny, but never mind. But your piece of wadding batting or your extra couple of pieces of t-shirt material or pillow insert or whatever, your netty scrubby side up, and then what's going to be the back is face down on top of the netting, and sew all the way around. Leave about 3-4 inches space for turning, and I'll show you when I've done them. So once we've sewn them all together, trim it down to about 1/8 of an inch away from your stitches. Don't cut through them though, and then just turn it. Now you could use any seam allowance you want. No one says that you have to do 1/4 of an inch or anything like that. It's just what you want, because these are going to be used a few times, washed and thrown. So when you've turned it the right way out, just tuck in the bits where the front and back meet. Take it to your sewing machine and top stitch it. Now if you want, you can just do along there to close the hole, or you can do it all the way around. But that's an hour it's taken me to do 7. I've just got to top stitch them now to do 7. So they'll go in my drawer, and come up and do some more next month. So I can make enough of them so that I have one new one a day, but I'm not going to do that, because you can wash these, treat these as you would treat your sponge scourers that you buy. You have them for a few days, you wash them, put them in bicarb and vinegar, and they'll be good enough. If they run, doesn't matter. If the colour runs, it doesn't matter. If they stretch or shrink, doesn't matter. If the wadding batting starts coming out of it, it doesn't matter, because they're all scraps. That's it. Thank you.